My name is Shresht Bhowmick, and this is FiberFinder. Did you know that according to the Ellen MacArthur Foundation, more than 92 million tons of textile waste is produced each year globally? That's the equivalent of throwing out a truck full of clothes every second. This number will only increase with the world's population growth. Textile waste contains chemicals in their dyes which, when they seep into the land surrounding the landfills that they are stored in, are highly polluting to the air, water, and land that they come in contact with. The global textile market has a total estimated market size of more than $1.5 trillion globally. Over 45% of the global production capacity is located in Asia, particularly China, India, South Korea, Bangladesh, Vietnam, and Thailand. Even if only the textile waste created from these markets is mitigated, the overall environmental impact will be incredible. It is also the perfect place to develop and test a solution, since Asia is by far the most populous continent on the planet, meaning that the most textile waste and environmentally polluting landfills are also located here. This will completely change the lives of hundreds of millions of people in previously polluted areas and allow materials to be repurposed for new clothes instead of being thrown away. The current model simply isn't sustainable, as seen by the fact that the fashion industry accounts for 10% of the world's global carbon emissions. That number could be reduced massively through repurposing if only there was a solution. After all, there are 92 million garments thrown away each year. The main problem, however, with recycling these textiles is that it all has to be done manually. There are several auxiliary components in garments, such as buttons and tags, which have to be separated before the garment's textile itself can be processed. But this is where FiberFinder comes in. FiberFinder allows any camera to instantly identify a part on a garment, which has to be separated from the garment before the material can be processed. Once the non-textile materials are identified, a robotic arm can easily be used to separate them from the garment. This allows nearly complete automation of the recycling process, and it also makes it extremely efficient. FiberFinder will start off as a subscription-based API for recycling factories to use. Being located in India, I am in the center of the second largest textile industry in the world, making it the perfect place for testing the API's integration with different robotic setups. Using image recognition, the API will be implemented across several different video devices, meaning that the setup costs will only apply to factories which haven't already implemented robots in their disassembly lines. The eventual plan is to expand the API to other waste sectors because the data gathered from how the process would work in the textile industry means that more complex fields like e-waste and food segregation can be tackled with a similar method. The waste that these three industries combined create amounts to a total of $1.86 trillion every year. The sheer scalability of this API is incredible, especially since automation in factories across the world has been going on for quite a while and will only increase exponentially as we learn more about robotics. This creates a vast blue ocean of markets with high waste production, which will only expand with the human population. What this results in is an API which will receive a massive volume of customers in the form of factories across the world, as well as massive amounts of consistent revenue from each of them based on a per scan payment model. At the same time, if the API costs a factory $1 per 500 scans, they can essentially cut down their manpower costs and replace them with what will cost the salary of what was one employee per month. As more and more data is collected, the accuracy of the API will also heighten, meaning it will simply be a better business decision to use the API, even if the cost of the robots for disassembly will be high. The sheer scale of the API will essentially allow its revenue to increase in the billions year on year as it expands into other high waste-producing markets. To reiterate, FiberFinder's strengths are its low cost to factories, its incredible efficiency improvements over human workers, its massive profitability ratio, its environmentally positive impact through improving recyclability of materials, and its infinitely scalable software-only solution. The API's easy deployment to any factory with a cheap video camera on its disassembly line, along with its incredible profit potential, creates this blue ocean of opportunity for FiberFinder to expand into the infinitely increasing waste processing market.